Hi, I'm Jake.
And I'm Ashley.
And this is the Wonderful Thing About Disney podcast.
Because Disney's a wonderful thing. Come on down, stop on by, hop a carpet, and fly with us as we discuss the parks, treats, and all things Disney, with new episodes every wonderful Wednesday.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the show. We are so happy that you are here with us for this episode. We've got a fun one planned today, and one that's worth celebrating.
It absolutely is. So today, Disneyland turns 69.
Nice.
So happy anniversary to Disneyland.
Happy birthday to the OG, the granddaddy of them all.
No.
It's totally a thing. That's the original.
This is definitely your episode because you love Disneyland.
I do love Disneyland. I love all the parks, but I especially love and appreciate Disneyland. And I think the more parks that I go to, it helps me appreciate Disneyland that much more because of when it was built, how they've continued to update it, how much they've packed into that space. And no, it's a masterpiece. I love it.
Yeah.
And I still think that it's silly to say this, but there are still people out there who don't have a lot of interest in visiting Disneyland. And a lot of times it's because they've already been to Walt Disney World. And they're like, well, it's bigger, it's 4 parks, it's better.
But as we went over in our previous episode, our Disneyland versus Walt Disney World attractions, I don't know off the top of my head, but I feel like a lot of the attractions, we preferred the Disneyland version.
It's true.
So, yeah, if you haven't been to Disneyland, you're missing out.
Yeah.
As much as I love Disney World, you've got to go to Disneyland.
You do.
You got to go.
And it's not our job to, convince anyone, but hopefully we can shed some light on what you've been missing out on. And again, if you have any reason to take a trip to California, add an extra day or two, go to Disneyland. Or if you're like, hey, we're going to Disney World again, look into it because there's a lot here. And so let's go into an overview of the park and just talk about what an incredible place this is.
Yeah. So, as I mentioned, today is Disneyland's anniversary. So, it opened on July 17th, 1955, and this was the first theme park that was operated or opened by the Walt Disney Company. And when I was looking up some information on the opening day ceremony, it was very, very interesting. Stuff that I didn't even know.
Oh, it was crazy.
Had happened. So it said that Disney had planned on about 15,000 guests that day.
Which is a lot even in 55 to think about.
Yes.
But how many showed up?
Exactly. So there were counterfeit tickets that were sold, and people apparently jumped the fence to get into the park as well.
Yikes.
Meaning that there were over 28,000 people that were at the opening ceremony.
That's insane.
Right?
Insane.
Right? So opening day was a mess, and they obviously had more people than anticipated. It was unseasonably hot. It was apparently about 101 degrees.
Oh, that'd be miserable.
Yes. So the tar on the streets were melting. Food stands ran out of food because, again, more people than anticipated. People were throwing their kids into lines, just hoping that their kids would get on a ride.
Wow.
Rides closed down because more people.
Yeah. Crazy.
Yeah, absolutely crazy. So I'll quick read the original dedication. So it says, to all those who come to this happy place, welcome. Disneyland is your land. Here, age relives fond memories of the past, and here, youth may savor the challenge and promise of the future. Disneyland is dedicated to the ideals, the dreams, and the hard facts that have created America, with the hope that this will be a source of joy and inspiration to all the world.
I'm sorry, but every time I hear that or you read that, I get goosebumps. I get a little emotional because, I don't know, especially in today's world being so chaotic, so full of uncertainty, just to think that you had a man who was so visionary at the time and wanted to just create a place to make people happy.
I know.
And I also love that there's a very rich American history in these parks. And just to say, just that last line with the hope that it'll be a source of joy and inspiration to all the world. Because it has been.
Yeah.
And I know that, yes, you go, there'll be fussy kids, there'll be the grumpy dad that says, most expensive day ever on his shirt or whatever. But, people are happy. People go and they make memories. And, you kind of forget about all the chaos and nonsense in the world And it really is an escape. It's magical.
It really is. And I feel like some of us classify ourselves as, Disney adults. And those might be people that had to grow up too quickly or that just kind of missed part of their childhood. So going to Disneyland is like their therapy. It's their way of
cheaper than therapy.
It is cheaper than
therapy. Sometimes.
Sometimes, yeah.
But no, it really is for everybody. And I love that even in the very beginning, like, this is your land. It was built for you, which is just very cool.
Yeah. So 13 rides and attractions from Disneyland's opening day are still operating today.
Which is amazing.
Crazy.
That's like a pretty big number. A lot more than I thought.
Yes.
Which is really cool, especially considering that a lot of them are still pretty close to their original version. Yes, some have been updated over the years, but a lot of them are pretty similar to how they were the opening day.
Yeah. And as Walt Disney said, Disneyland will never be completed. It will continue to grow as long as there is imagination left in the world. So this holds true as there have been many different expansions and renovations over the years. So they added New Orleans Square in 1966. They added Toontown in 1993, which is a lot later than I thought it was added. And then obviously Galaxy's Edge was their newest in 2019.
With a brand new announcement of this whole new Disneyland expansion coming in years ahead, not too distant future. So yeah, it's really incredible what they've been able to do and that they've continued to update it.
Yeah.
I mean, again, like Disneyland's in the middle of Anaheim. It's not like out on acres and acres of open land like Walt Disney World. Yep. So it's very impressive.
Yeah, so fun fact, there was an apartment above the fire station that served as an in-park home for Walt and his family. So there's still a lamp in the window there that's dedicated to Walt with the light on, which I think is
so amazing.
Absolutely amazing.
It is.
And unlike Disney World, you can actually walk through the Disneyland castle. So there actually is, an attraction in itself, and it kind of retells the story of Sleeping Beauty, which we love doing.
Yeah, no, it was really fun. I don't know how many times it took us to go to Disneyland before we finally stopped and did that little, walking attraction, but it was really fun, and we've done it several times since. So, well, let's go into a breakout of each land, because there are multiple lands here.
There are.
A lot.
Yes.
And this is the one thing that so far I've never seen its equal in any of the other parks, is when you're in a land, you don't see the other lands. Like, until you make that transition point, you really don't know what the other land is like outside of where you're at.
Yeah, Disneyland does a good job of that. I think Disney California Adventure on the other side, you can kind of see a little bit into the different lands. But yeah, Disneyland does a great job.
No, it's exceptional.
Yeah.
So let's start at Main Street. I mean,
of course.
Right as you walk in the gate, you've got the famous flowers of Mickey right there, and the train station. The train is sitting there welcoming you. You go underneath the tracks through the tunnels, and then you get this view of Main Street. So along either side, you've got all the shops. You see the castle off in the distance. And right up front, you've got the food. There's popcorn. There's churro stands.
Your favorite.
Oh, I know. Like, immediately when you get there. I think this is why I have the addiction that I do, is because, like, it's one of the first smells you get as soon as you walk in the gate.
It's true.
It's just a thing. And then you've got even a couple little restaurants or shops to get food. Like, there's Carnation Cafe. The ice cream parlor is there. The Candy Palace, which smells amazing. Refreshment Corner, Jolly Holiday, Plaza Inn, Little Red Wagon. There's so many food options.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's
amazing.
There's a lot.
And then if that wasn't enough, you've even got some attractions there, too. So Great Moments with Mr. Lincoln is there. We mentioned the railroad train station.
Yep.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Right off the bat.
Yep.
And then last but not least, you've got your entertainment. So they have the flag retreat ceremony every day, which is really cool.
It is.
If you haven't been or haven't done it before, just to be there, just a really nice, sweet, patriotic moment at the close of every day. And this happens to be one of your favorite places to watch the Magic Happens parade.
Of course. Of course.
The Dapper Dans are there. You get the characters there during the day, and at the end of the day, they're there waving goodbye to you. The Disneyland band, and they have the projections on Main Street during the fireworks, which gives you yet another place to watch, and it's really, really a cool experience.
It is.
And that's not even to mention all of the holiday extras, like the giant pumpkin, the giant Christmas tree, just so much there.
Yeah.
So much. So, yeah. And then, like we mentioned, all the shops, like the Big Emporium is there, Mad Hatter to get all your ears and everything. There's just right off the bat, like as you walk in.
Yeah.
Plenty to see and do.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's move on to Fantasyland, which is located directly behind the castle. I believe this land has the most attractions.
Yeah, which is nuts because it's not a big space.
No, so I can read these all off, I suppose, but there's a lot of them. So there's Snow White's Enchanted Wish, Pinocchio's Daring Journey, Casey Jr.'s Circus Train, King Arthur Carousel, Dumbo.
Classic.
Yes, Mr. Toad's Wild Ride, Peter Pan's Flight, Mad Tea Party, Alice in Wonderland, Storybook Land, Canal Boats, Matterhorn Bobsleds, and It's a Small World.
It's like a dozen rides. And
crazy.
It is crazy. It's crazy that they get so much in there because, again, the queue lines don't usually bleed out into the walking areas. If anything, it gets a little congested with strollers. But, I mean, they do an incredible job of tucking all of that in there.
Yeah, you even have some dining in there. You have Maurice's Treats, Red Rose Tavern. You've got some great options there.
Edelweiss Snacks, which is a classic.
Yep. And then you also have some entertainment. So you have the Royal Hall, which is where you can meet all of the princesses.
Super, super cool.
So yeah, for a little tiny area, Fantasyland is packed.
It is. Let's go to Adventureland, which is one of my favorites. So right as you walk in, this will be the first thing on your left at the end of Main Street. Here are the attractions like Tiki Room, Jungle Cruise, Indiana Jones, Adventureland Treehouse, which they just reimagined. It's super great. I mean, like, there's a lot in there, and it's just got such a cool feeling as you walk through. You get the tiki torches and the music transition when you get there, fun shops. And then the dining. I mean, you've got the Tiki Bar, which has got your Dole Whips, the Tropical Hideaway, which has got all sorts of snacks and treats, Bengal Barbecue, one of our favorites.
One of your favorites, yeah.
And then there's even some shopping there, too, in the bazaar.
Yeah, the bazaar's really cool. I love going in there.
Yeah, it totally feels like you just stepped out of America into the jungle.
Yeah, absolutely. So staying on that side of the park, you also have Frontierland. So there's a couple attractions here as well. You have Big Thunder Mountain Railroad, the Mark Twain Riverboat, the sailing ship Columbia, and Tom Sawyer Island.
Which is really kind of your Wild West or American Southwest themed area. I always loved it because they still have like a poster up near one of the windows of the shops that says Montana with a bison. Yeah. So I'm always like, home.
You also can meet some characters here. Pocahontas, she's kind of roaming. I don't know that she has a specific area, but we saw her, I think, for the first time over May the 4th. So that was awesome to see. And then recently you could meet Mirabelle over there as well.
And every once in a while, Miguel from Coco kind of strolls through there.
I think he's there, at certain times too. So yeah, you've got some character options there. You have some dining. You have the Rancho del Zocalo. You've got the Golden Horseshoe, the Stage Door Cafe, and you have the River Belle Terrace. So some pretty good options there. And then entertainment, you of course have Over the Rivers of America, Fantasmic.
Right.
So
very cool.
Great show there.
And then right next door, New Orleans Square. So your big attractions here, two of the bangers, Pirates of the Caribbean, Haunted Mansion.
Yep.
And then all of the reimagining that they've done there now with Tiana's Palace and now what was Splash Mountain, Tiana's Bayou Adventure is there. You've got Cafe Orleans, which is a really tasty place, the Royal Street Veranda, Mint Julep Bar, and then the Blue Bayou. Which I know recently there are some feelings there, but such a cool restaurant.
It is. Just because they changed some of their food and I can't have their creme brulee anymore.
It's the creme brulee. That was the nail in the coffin. But entertainment wise, you've got the Bootstrappers.
They're so cool
too.
No,
they're really fun.
They're so cool.
And you get to see Jack Sparrow every once in a while show up, which is amazing.
And Red too.
Oh, and Red is there as well.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, great options. So lastly, I think on the left side of the park, you have Critter Country. And right now, I believe like all of Critter Country
currently,
is
right
closed.
now when we're recording this, yes, it's all closed.
Yes.
Because they started with the Haunted Mansion queue line.
Yes.
And then that kind of, Tiana's Bayou Adventure, and now they just shut down the whole thing.
Yeah. So these are the attractions in Critter Country. You have the Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh. You'll have Tiana's Bayou Adventure when it opens, and then you also have the Davy Crockett canoes, which don't sleep on the canoes.
No, the canoes are fun.
And they're really fun.
They're awesome.
You have some dining options there as well. You have the Harbor Gallery, which if you've been on Instagram lately, this is where those viral chocolate chip cookies are.
Have we ever eaten there?
I don't know that we have. I've definitely gotten a glass of water there before.
I think I get distracted by the churro stand. Like, I'm not even joking. I know I talk about churros all the time, but like, I think I get distracted and I forget that it's even there.
Yeah.
We need to add that to our list of things to do. We've never done it. Sorry, gang. We'll report back.
Yeah. But yeah, so you have the Harbor Gallery and you have Hungry Bear, which I don't know if Hungry Bear is open right now. That might be closed as well.
But yeah, don't sleep on Hungry Bear because they've got some great seasonal treats. Like they did this churro funnel cake.
Oh yeah, back in, when was that? Like March, April when we went?
Yeah.
It was so good.
That thing was stupid good.
It was really good.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Well, if you keep walking that trail, you'll get one of the entrances to Galaxy's Edge.
Your favorite.
And just in case nobody noticed.
Yeah.
Love Star Wars. Cool fact about Galaxy's Edge, Disneyland's Galaxy's Edge opened May 31st, 2019, before Hollywood Studios opened on August 29th, but still pretty close together.
Yeah.
Almost an exact replica of each other, the one in Hollywood Studios. So we already talked a lot about our ideal day in the Hollywood Studios episode, but just a quick recap. 2 attractions, Rise of the Resistance, Smuggler's Run, tons of shops for you Star Wars nerds. Sabi's Workshop, the Droid Depot, Doc Ondar's, the Marketplace.
Yep.
Just super, super cool, very immersive. You've got dining options at Docking Bay 7, Ronto Roasters, Oga's, the Milk Stand, which we always stop at.
Yep.
And for characters, I don't even know if we can name them all. I mean, the one character, or like the group of characters you won't see as much are kind of like the original Star Wars characters, because this in the timeline is set later on, but Kylo Ren, Rey, Chewbacca, Stormtroopers, Mando, Boba Fett, Ahsoka, all of these recent projects. They're all coming out and spending time there, which is fantastic. And again, if you are planning a trip around May the 4th, go for Star Wars Day. It was so cool.
It really was.
Amazing.
It was awesome.
Then as far as entertainment goes, they do have droids. They have, the characters, even the cast are dressed up, walking around, which is entertaining as it is. But you also have the fireworks show, Fire of the Rising Moons.
Yeah. Which was totally awesome.
Totally worth doing that.
Yeah.
Definitely try and catch that if you can.
Yeah. So also in the back of the park, you have Toontown. There are a couple attractions in Toontown. You have Chippendale's Gadget Coaster, Runaway Railway, and Roger Rabbit. Dining, you have Cafe Daisy, which we don't really recommend. It's not anything special.
Right.
Characters, you can pretty much meet the Fab Five back there. You can meet Mickey, Minnie, Pluto, Donald. I think Goofy's back there too.
Right.
Yeah, you can meet all of them. And then entertainment, there is a little play area as well for some of those families with younger kids.
And they just went through and did a pretty massive overhaul in this whole land when they added Runaway Railway. It's really fun. And, I mean, again, you can go to Cafe Daisy, get a picnic basket, and you can, like, sit out on the grass and eat there with your family. So it's not that we're, like, looking down on the land or the area. It's just really geared more specifically to littles and stuff and families. But it is a great place to go if you have kids, and just let them run around, because so much of going to the park is like standing in line, and it's just nice that they can just go roam free, and like tons of things to interact with. You can touch everything and spin and do all sorts of stuff.
Yep.
So let's go last to Tomorrowland. So here are your attractions. The Finding Nemo submarine voyage. You've got the monorail back there.
Yep.
Autopia, not Autotopia. Autopia. Space Mountain. Buzz Lightyear. Star Tours. Astro Orbiter. There's a lot back there.
There are. Yep.
And then for dining, you got the Galactic Grill, Alien Pizza Planet, lots of stands, popcorn, churro, pretzel carts.
Yeah, you name it, I think it's in Tomorrowland. Yeah.
And then a couple of really cool shopping areas. You've got Star Trader, which is primarily Star Wars themed, and then the Tomorrow Landing for pins.
Which I love going in there.
Yeah, no, it's a fun place. Like if you're looking for pins, sometimes they may be sold out at other locations, but that's kind of a nice secret spot to find a lot of those hard to find pins.
And they also have a whole wall of magic bands as well.
They do. Some that you don't see in other parts of the park.
Yep. Yeah.
Really cool.
Yeah, so that takes care of kind of the park itself, but I don't want to move on without quickly talking about the resorts, because unlike Disney World, we can actually quickly mention the Disney resorts here. So there are 3 main ones. So you have Disney's Grand Californian Hotel and Spa, and actually, fun fact, this is the only Disney resort, I think in the U.S. anyway, that is on quote-unquote park property.
Isn't that cool?
It's so cool.
Yeah, at least in, like you said, in the United States. And it's got 2 entrances into California Adventure itself.
Yeah.
And it's got private entrances into downtown Disney.
Yeah. And then you also have Pixar Place Hotel, which just recently opened over the last couple months. And then you have the Disneyland Hotel.
Yeah.
So you have a lot of different partner hotels that Disney partners with. But yeah, those are your main 3.
Right.
By Disney.
So there's an overview of the park. Let's go through our ideal day at Disneyland. Now, it's worth mentioning that when we're in Disneyland, we normally get park hoppers.
Yeah, we do.
And that helps a lot, especially because depending on the day, you can finish up California Adventure early, or you could do like 1 day in California Adventure and then like a day and a half in Disneyland if you want to catch it all.
Yeah, I think
so. It's nice to have that as an option.
Yeah.
But for our ideal day, there are some must-dos, like the stuff that we hit every trip.
Yep.
So first thing, I feel like this is one of those places that Genie Plus or the Lightning Lane Multipass are almost essential.
I think so. Yeah, I would agree.
Because we used to do Genie Plus for Disneyland, and then starting July 21st here in another week or so, it'll change to the Lightning Lane Multipass.
The 24th, yeah.
Yeah,
24th.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And this is one we're going to have to kind of see how it works, but this is going to allow you to book things ahead of time. Make 3 choices.
Yeah, and I think for us it's going to be a little bit difficult. So I know you can do it a week ahead, but sometimes when we go, if we go with our cast member friend Megan, we typically go on a whim. So to be able to plan ahead of time the Genie Plus, it'll be interesting to see how that works.
Yeah, I know one of the perks for cast members is being able to sign in friends and family. And so it kind of puts them at a disadvantage, at least on paper. We'll have to see how that works out.
We'll have to see how it works.
Yeah. But some of the rides that we make a priority. Rise of the Resistance. Again, it's still just a very long line all the time.
Yeah.
Pirates. We do that every time.
Yep.
Big Thunder Mountain.
Love that
Runaway Railway.
Yep.
Peter Pan, which it's a long line, but there are times that are better to go.
Yep.
And we'll discuss that. Buzz Lightyear, always super fun. And if they have it, Hyperspace Mountain or Space Mountain if you prefer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and like you mentioned earlier, we love spending time in Galaxy's Edge because there are so many different characters to meet. You have, Rise back there. We always walk through the shop, so we always go to Galaxy's Edge on every trip.
I don't know, it's always fun to walk through there. I know we like to take pictures and things for our Instagram account, and it just seems like even though it doesn't necessarily change, we're always seeing something new.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And obviously, if you have listened to us before, you know that we love the Magic Happens Parade.
What?
So, I know, crazy, right?
I haven't even heard that.
Yeah. So we are definitely getting a spot on Main Street to watch that. Mm-hmm. And depending on the time of year, I think they have 2 shows. So I think typically we catch the later show, but I think that's just because that's always how it has worked out for us.
Right, and you'll notice that people start lining up early. I would say with this, if you want to get a spot to sit like on the curb, that's when you need to get there early. Otherwise, you're kind of sitting on the ground, then they'll have you stand up so you can get more people in there. But yeah, good to note to plan on that ahead of time.
Yeah, so when we go for dining, obviously we love Jolly Holiday. We usually get Bengal if we can get a reservation for Blue Bayou. And something that we haven't talked about is the Plaza Inn. We've gone there a couple times for breakfast.
So fun.
Yeah.
And every time that we do go there, I kind of am like, why don't we do this every time? Just because so many breakfast options that you can choose from. The characters come to your table. You're in the park. So it really is a cool experience.
It is. With dining, there are some snacks that we have to get every single time.
We have to. It's not even a question.
Shockingly, we always get the raspberry rose macaroon, sometimes 2 or 3 in one day. Yeah.
That's one, we've talked about this before, but we don't want you to miss out because we've hyped this thing up hardcore. When you get in the park, make your mobile order for your raspberry rose macaroon.
Yes.
Like, you can pick it up anytime.
Yeah, because they will sell out.
They will. They're delicious.
Yeah. You have the garlic cheesy pretzel bread, and of course, we always get blue milk.
We do. Creatures of habit. We love it. And again, like, I'm going to bang, like, a couple churros while I'm there. Down those several times during the day.
And Disneyland has their specialty churros, too. I feel like Disney World doesn't do that as much, but yeah, they always have specialty ones.
And I think we do like grabbing a popcorn as a snack, but the one thing I will say is you don't get refills on the popcorn like you do in Disney World.
Correct.
So there, I will give you that, Disney World.
Yeah. And then lastly, for our kind of ideal day or trip to Disneyland is the nighttime shows. So because we go multiple days, we always hit Fantasmic and the fireworks. Right. Whether that's the same day, different days, but we always hit those. But honestly, I think we need to talk about this for a second because we have mentioned this before. But Wondrous Journeys, I think, is the superior nighttime show, and it should be in the parks every night. I don't understand why they have the Pixar one right now. It just doesn't do it for me.
Well, and I know that they're trying to celebrate Pixar Fest and everything. And again, like, there are elements to it, not to be like, spoiler alert, plug your ears, but Buzz Lightyear flying across the sky or the Up House, like, it's super cool. It is. But, like, y'all don't understand. Wondrous Journeys was amazing. And when we talked about Happily Ever After, I know we had a moment that we kind of, like, cut because it got a little emotional. Mm-hmm. And we had somebody reach out and say, why did you cut that? Because it was, like, really cool. So I promise we won't cut it this time because I do get emotional thinking about it.
You do.
Because it's just one of those songs and one of those shows where it makes you feel things.
Yeah.
And it does. I tell you, like, you'll be standing there next to a bunch of grown dudes and, like, we're all crying together.
Yeah.
But it's something that I think so perfectly captures the essence of the Disney dream, the animated features, like everything, where it just makes you feel like for a moment that you could do anything.
Yeah.
And that your story, like your personal life journey, is just as important as anybody else. Yeah. And, like, that's really hard that it's not there because I would watch it every time and I would gladly cry my eyes out every night. So, there you go.
I love you.
I love you too.
And it's so hard because Pixar Fest is going to be over, then you're going to move into Halloween, then from Halloween you're going to go to Christmas. So
yeah,
if they bring back Wondrous Journeys, I can't imagine it will be, unfortunately, until next year.
Yeah. Well, and that is one thing that I think Disney World has done really well is when they found their show, they stuck with it and they let that thing run. Mm-hmm. And I think there's been other fireworks shows or, you know, the songs to the theme that maybe were good, but mm-hmm. not, like, phenomenal.
Yeah.
And those kind of came and went and we forgot about them. But no, like, Wondrous Journey was just amazing. And I really do hope they bring it back. And if they do, y'all should go.
100%. Yeah, so, absolutely.
Go download the song. Like, just listen to the song.
Yeah.
Maybe while you're, like, driving or just take a quiet 5 minutes, listen to it. Get up in your feels.
Yeah.
You'll get it.
Yep. So,
that's our typical day at Disneyland. And if we're being honest, like, there really is not a lot that we skip. I mean, there's more, in my opinion, there's way more than you can do in one day. Like, there's just so much.
Yes.
So when we say we don't skip things, it's usually like if we had one day, okay, we're not going to get to everything. We talked about what we prioritized. Mm-hmm. So when we go, we try and go for a few days so we have time to get almost everything. But here's some things that are kind of lower on our priority list.
Yeah.
So let's talk rope dropping. We're rope drop people.
But you say that, yeah, but I feel
in Disneyland, I don't really think that we rope drop to the same degree that we would in Disney World. Like every Disney World park, like we have a rope drop attraction that we're going for.
Yes. Yep, I agree.
And here, is it because it's just not as necessary? Is it because there's like so many things too?
Yeah, I think it's because it's not necessary to rope drop in Disneyland. And when we fly, we usually take a really late flight out, and then we go to the park the next day. So with the time change, we usually sleep in. That, or if we rope drop, I don't know how, but especially when we have park hoppers, we usually end up starting in California Adventure. So if we do rope drop, it's usually not in Disneyland. Right. It's in California Adventure.
So California Adventure, and we'll talk about this in a separate episode. Yeah. Like, we do have a strategy there. But for Disneyland, I mean, most people are going to run to Rise of the Resistance. That's just how it is. And there is a 50-50 chance that it is up and running, or they're still testing it. Sometimes it's a little slow to open. So that's why we have just not done it.
Yeah, and Rise is just so tough. Because, like you said, there's like a 50-50 chance whether it's open or not. So, I mean, and it's a hike back there, too.
It is.
And you're not running, but you're like swiftly walking. Right. Then you get back there and you're like, oh my gosh, this line is so long. And then, the cast member comes around and they're like, it's a delayed start. We don't know when it's going to open. And you're like, I just rushed all the way back here for nothing. I could have been rope dropping Peter Pan or Space Mountain. So, yeah.
So here are some other things that you can do. And honestly, maybe we need to do a whole episode on this.
Yeah.
But we'll just talk about a couple things. Last time we were there, we rope dropped Winnie the Pooh.
I think we've talked about this, yeah.
And it was awesome.
It was so great.
Our oldest son, being like late teen, is like running with all these people who are going to Galaxy's Edge. No, he veers off and goes to Winnie the Pooh.
Yep.
Because we got to sign the First Rider book, which was a fun little thing. And there are others too. Like, you could rope drop the pickle cart and get a special button. Like, there's a lot. I think, honestly, we need to just, like, dive into some of these little special extras. And I think they happen a lot at Disneyland. So there's other things to do. So don't feel like you got to rope drop everything.
Yeah, I agree. So the other thing that we kind of skip or don't really make a priority is the Fantasyland Theater. Yeah. And I don't know if we've ever actually seen a show there.
I don't think so. And I think, I'm not saying that area isn't necessary, because especially if like you need a little downtime to just sit and watch something, like, it's a great place to go. It's shaded. Yeah. It's quiet. You can just take your kids there. It's great. We don't usually go back and do it.
Yeah, so they previously had Tale of the Lion King, which is a show, and now they have a Pixar party for Pixar Fest. And we never really made it back there. So, because we don't ever make it to Toontown until usually like after the fireworks, and the Fantasyland Theater is on the way.
Right, and they're usually done with their shows by then anyway.
Yeah, exactly. But speaking of Fantasyland, I feel like that tends to, I don't know, we kind of push that to the end of the day because it gets so packed. So the 4 that I think we do throughout the day is the 4 that are kind of right behind the castle, which is like Snow White, Pinocchio, Peter Pan, and Mr. Toad. And I say that because, like, I really dislike Pinocchio. And every time I go on that ride, I'm like, I feel like this was just a waste of like 20 minutes. I'm like, I hate this ride. But no, seriously, every time. Somehow we always end up on Pinocchio, and I'm like, I don't like this.
Well, the reason why we end up on Pinocchio is because, like, it's back there, and usually there's no line. And the thing about all of that is this is like our own little park secret. We do save Fantasyland for the end of the day, because after the fireworks, most people bail out. Like, they're leaving for the night, and so then that area is much quieter, much more manageable to navigate, and that's the best time to do it. And then we're like, well, while we're here, there's no line at Pinocchio.
Yeah. But I feel like we don't really do Casey Jr. or Dumbo or the canal boats, and we really don't do Alice in Wonderland, because I feel like every time we go back there, it's always down. Like, we're like, hey, Now,
we do try. We just have bad luck with that one.
With Alice in Wonderland, all the time. We're like, hey, it's only a 15-minute wait, let's go. And then by the time we get over there, it's down. So that's the one ride at Disneyland we always have horrible luck with.
Right. The other area that we usually do after the fireworks or at nighttime is Toontown.
Yeah.
Runaway Railway will be busy all day long.
Yep.
But at night, it slows down. So it's like a 15, 20-minute wait if there's a wait at all. And that works out really, really well. So we don't have little kids really anymore, and honestly, it does get a little chaotic back there during the day. We've yet to do Chip and Dale's Gadget Coaster, and I think we did it when it was Gadget's Go Coaster, I think. But I don't know. And then we're not huge fans of Roger Rabbit. I know some people really love that. If we're there and there's no wait, yeah, we'll ride it.
Yeah.
But really, Runaway Railway is the main attraction that we go for. So again, if you're trying to prioritize your day, just know that at the end of the day in the evening, Runaway Railway, the wait time goes down dramatically.
Yeah, it does. So the last thing to kind of go over is dining. So I feel like we typically don't eat very often in Tomorrowland, and I think that's just because most of our favorite places are towards like the front of the park or like the left side of the park.
It's not that we're hating on Tomorrowland dining. It's just like there's so many better places to eat.
There are. Now, with that being said, if you want, your theme park burger or your piece of pizza, there is the Galactic Grill or the Alien Pizza Planet. Those are just places that I feel like we don't typically
There's some
eat.
Fun seasonal treats that they release to those locations.
They do.
So definitely check the menu and see what's available.
Yeah,
but
that's a good point. Yeah.
Speaking of food, though, we mentioned it briefly, but I think this is the perfect time to do my favorite segment, Beyond the Churro.
Yep, let's end it on a Beyond the Churro.
Because we need to talk about my dear friend, the garlic cheesy pretzel bread. That thing is awesome.
Not gluten-free, but if I could eat that whole thing, I would. Like, I took one bite and I was like, you have to take this away from me because I will eat the whole thing and my stomach will get upset.
No, it's so good, y'all.
Good.
So good. So you start out with pretzel bread. It's stuffed with cheese. And then it's got this cheesy garlic spread in there as well. And you can kind of pull it apart. You could just like eat it out of the wrapper if you want. But it comes out hot and steamy. And you can get this at not one, but 2 locations, which is amazing. So Maurice's Treats near the front of the castle over by the Royal Theater.
Yep.
That one you need to stand in line for. Or you can mobile order it from Edelweiss Snacks between Matterhorn and It's a Small World. Imagine, if you will, you're riding this crazy bobsled through what could be the Himalayas, and then you're like, I need a snack. While you're waiting to unload, pull out your phone, mobile order it, and walk straight over, and then you can have a hot, delicious garlic cheesy pretzel bread in your hand.
Yeah.
Now, with that, it's good enough on its own, but if you really want to step up your game and elevate your experience, because you know us, that's what we're all about.
Of course.
You can get the marinara dip. And that's phenomenal.
You can. It's a little bit extra. I think it's like $150 or something extra.
Worth it.
Yeah.
You could even go and dip it in your like cheesy pretzel dip as well. I mean, like, we're talking a lot of cheese here, but
that would be a lot of cheese.
I think it would still be good. Or keep it wrapped so it stays hot. Walk yourself over to Adventureland, go to Bengal Barbecue, and stuff that sucker with a skewer.
I've seen videos of that on Instagram, like, mind blown. I was like, yes. I feel like that's like a heart attack waiting to happen, but it looks so good.
No, it looks delicious. And again, I am the savory one. You are the sweet one. Yeah. We talk a lot about the sweet treats. If you need a nice savory treat, one that's like, I don't know, kind of like cheesy and buttery enough to like be a guilty pleasure, but also you're like, hey, this isn't super sugary, so like, look, I'm being a little more healthy. Lie to yourself. It's okay. This is a safe place. We won't judge you.
Not healthy.
No, but it is good. Yeah. So, garlic cheesy pretzel bread. Hit them up. You got 2 locations. You have no excuse not to get it. It's just delicious.
It's true.
So with that, as we close this episode, Ashley, your closing thoughts.
Yeah, so obviously Disneyland is amazing. We've been so many times, and I think if you haven't been, you need to make it a priority to go. I think your ideal day, or your ideal trip, I should say, is probably like 2 or 3 days to do Disneyland and California Adventure. But yeah, it's amazing. We love it. We always go.
Yeah.
You're looking at me, and yes, I know you love Disneyland, and I love Disney World more, but Disneyland, like, you can't beat it.
No, and that's kind of my closing thoughts on it too. Is like, if we talked about this before, but like, if there was one park that I would recommend someone going to, like, if you could only go once, I'd go to Disneyland, just because you can kind of do everything.
Yeah.
And I think if you have spent a lot of time in Disney World, when you go to Disneyland, I really think that you'll appreciate everything that they did back in the 50s, what they're still doing today. Just to be able to have so many different options and feel like there's more than you could do in a day is just amazing. And yeah, I don't know. Don't sleep on Disneyland. Like, go give the little castle a chance. Go enjoy everything it has to offer. It's amazing.
It's true. Yeah.
Well, that's it.
That's it.
That is our Disneyland episode. Once again, happy birthday, Disneyland.
Yeah.
Next year, 70 years.
70. Crazy.
Awesome.
Crazy.
So cool.
Yeah.
We will be there. We will celebrate you. We will honor you.
We will.
We love you.
Yeah. So that's it for this week's episode. Don't forget to rate us on Apple, Spotify, wherever you listen to our show. Check out our t-shirt shop Threads of Imagination. Always have some cool merch there. And don't forget to check out our Patreon. We've got awesome exclusive content there. And until next wonderful Wednesday, TTFN.